The success story of Robert Downey Jr. We all know him as the playboy billionaire philanthropist from Iron Man, Tony Stark, but it wasn't all rainbows and butterflies in the life of Robert Downey Jr. Downey's life has been a roller coaster of ups and downs tied with heavy substance abuse, but somehow he managed to leave all his troublesome youth behind and became the most important Avenger in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Welcome to Earning Secrets, and today we'll be going through the life of Robert Downey Jr. Downey claims that he has been addicted to drugs from as young as 8 years old after his parents split and he lived with his father, who is a movie director and who is also the person who introduced Downey to drugs. Downey said he was constantly surrounded by marijuana and cocaine. Downey and his father took drugs together, and this was a way for them to bond together, according to Downey. It was his father's way to express his love for him. Along with using the available drugs, Downey was also a heavy drinker and was always on the phone in order to acquire more drugs. He dropped out of high school and moved to New York to pursue an acting career, and he got his chance of acting in movies like Weird Science, which also earned him a spot on the Saturday Night Live sketch show, but later got fired due to the show not doing well that year. During this time, he was dating actress Sarah Jessica Parker, who according to Downey's father would help keep his wild side restrained. His father told People magazine, "Without her, Robert would go at 100 miles an hour into a brick wall." The late 80s were better for him because he had his movie career getting the praise he deserved, starring in movies Less Than Zero and Chances Are. The film Less Than Zero was a reflection of his own life, and he knew it because, like the main character in the film Less Than Zero, Downey himself was struggling with drug addiction at the same time. In 1988, his then manager forced him into rehab, only to come out of rehab and fire her because he was angry at the idea of her to put him there. In the 90s, he hit rock bottom and his drug addiction became worse by the day, even though he got clean for some months and starred in impressive movies like Chaplin, for which he was nominated for an Oscar. Sarah Jessica Parker split with him because of his drug abuse, and he was arrested multiple times. He was also found in his neighbor's bed curled up naked, which led to the court sending him to rehab, which he escaped from but got caught and was sent to jail for it. This cycle repeated itself throughout the 90s. He was released from jail and was caught again and again for minor crimes or drug abuse. In 1996, he was arrested for overspeeding on Sunset Boulevard in possession of cocaine, heroin, and an unloaded gun. He answered the judge in 1999 about his addiction by saying, "It's like I have a shotgun in my mouth and I've got my finger on the trigger and I like the taste of the gun metal." Robert Downey said about his time in prison and how he was beaten by other inmates and worked for 8 cents an hour. After spending nearly a year in the California Substance Abuse Treatment Facility and state prison, Downey, on condition of posting a $5,000 bail, was unexpectedly freed when a judge ruled that his collective time in incarceration facilities had qualified him for early release. A week after his 2000 release, Downey joined the cast of the hit television series Ally McBeal, playing the new love interest of Callista Flockhart's title character. His performance was praised, and the following year, he was nominated for an Emmy Award in the Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series category. He won a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor in a Miniseries or Television Film. He also appeared as a writer and singer on Vonda Shepard's Ally McBeal for Once in My Life album, and he sang with Sting a duet of Every Breath You Take in an episode of the series. Despite the apparent success, Downey claimed that his performance on the series was overrated and said, "It was my lowest point in terms of addictions. At that stage, I didn't give a fuck whether I ever acted again." Before the end of his first season on Ally McBeal, over the Thanksgiving 2000 holiday, Downey was arrested when his room at Merv Griffin's Hotel and Givenchy Spa in Palm Springs, California was searched by the police, who were responding to an anonymous 911 call. Downey was under the influence of a controlled substance and in possession of cocaine and Valium. Despite the fact that if convicted, he would have faced a prison sentence of up to 4 years and 8 months, he signed on to appear in at least 8 more Ally McBeal episodes. In April 2001, while he was on parole, a Los Angeles police officer found him wandering barefooted in Culver City. He was arrested for suspicion of being under the influence of drugs, but was released a few hours later, even though tests showed he had cocaine in his system. After this last arrest, producer David E. Kelley and other Ally McBeal executives ordered last-minute rewrites and reshoots and fired Downey from the show. despite the fact that Downey's character had resuscitated Ally McBeal's ratings. After 5 years of substance abuse, arrests, rehab, and relapse, Downey was ready to work towards a full recovery from drugs and return to his career. In August 2001, Downey got his first post-rehabilitation acting job lip-syncing in the video for Elton John's single, I Want Love. Downey was able to return to the big screen after Mel Gibson, who had been a close friend to Downey since both had co-starred in Air America, paid Downey's insurance bond for the 2003 film The Singing Detective. Gibson's gamble paved the way for Downey's comeback, and Downey returned to mainstream films in the mid-2000s with Gothica, for which producer Joel Silver withheld 40% of his salary until after production wrapped as insurance against his addictive behavior. He also got the role in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. After Gothica, Downey was cast in a number of leading and supporting roles, including well-received work in a number of semi-independent films. A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints, Good Night, and Good Luck, Richard Linklater's dystopian, rotoscoped A Scanner Darkly, in which Downey plays the role of a drug addict. His wife, Deborah Falconer, who he married since 1992, left Downey in 2004, blaming his drug abuse and prison time as a strain on their relationship. During their divorce proceedings, Downey met Suzanne Levin, who he married in 2005. Meeting Levin played a major role in Downey's recovery because she told Downey she wouldn't marry him unless he completely left his drug abuse, to which Downey threw all his narcotic stash into the ocean. In 2006, Downey returned to television when he did voice acting on Family Guy in the episode The Fat Guy Strangler. Downey had previously telephoned the show's production staff and asked if he could produce or assist in an episode creation, as his son Indio is a fan of the show. The producers of the show accepted the offer and created the character of Patrick Pewterschmidt, Louis Griffin's long-lost mentally disturbed brother, for Downey. In 2007, Downey appeared in David Fincher's mystery thriller Zodiac, which was based on a true story. He played the role of San Francisco Chronicle journalist Paul Avery, who was reporting the Zodiac killer case. In 2007, Downey was cast as the title character in the film Iron Man, with Tropic Thunder in 2008 and Sherlock Holmes in 2009. Downey maintains that he has been drug-free since July 2003 and has credited his wife with helping him overcome his drug and alcohol habits, along with his family, therapy, meditation, 12-step recovery programs, and yoga. If it wasn't for the support of his friends and family and his own determination to quit drugs, Downey would have faded behind all the drug use, and we all wouldn't have seen these amazing movies he has created for us today. And that is the success story of Robert Downey Jr., which started not so great in the start of his life, but ultimately he became the genius, billionaire, playboy philanthropist we all love to watch today. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up button and notification bell so you don't miss any of our latest and newest videos. Until the next time, I hope you make it big.